In my last video that hit about 15,000 views in a few days, I showed you how to build a $3,000, $5,000, $7,000 website in 30 minutes to 60 minutes using AI. But I've gotten a lot of comments that revealed most of you are missing the 3 critical steps that turn these websites into actual paying clients and making them live. So here's the thing. Obviously, building the AI website is actually the easiest part, considering that we're using AI. But the hard part, I guess, for some is what happens next. If you got this beautiful professional website that you could show off to anybody, it's sitting on your computer, but you have literally no clue how to get it online, how to track leads it generates, or how to use it to actually start the conversations with the business owners that you want to land as client. And so that's exactly what I'm going to go through today in this video. And if you haven't watched that video that I posted the other day, go watch it here and then come back to this one. In the next few minutes, you're going to see 3 things. First, the fastest way to take your AI built website from your computer screen to a live domain that business owners can visit if you don't want to show them the subdomains. Second, how do you connect it directly to your high-level CRM so every lead that comes in automatically gets tracked and followed up with in HIGHLEVEL? And third, what's the outreach method that I'm using right now to get business owners excited about these websites instead of ignoring your messages or my messages like every other agency trying to cold call them? And I got to tell you, a lot has changed for me over the last 4 to 5 months because I used to use and lead with getting business owners more reviews. And although this is great and still works unbelievable, I'm going to tell you, I'm getting a lot less friction when I show up with a fully built website compared to when I'm trying to tell them I can get them more reviews for their business. Business owners can instantly see and touch the value, and it completely changes the conversation from what can you do for me to how the heck did you already do this for me? You got to think of it like showing up to someone's house with, let's say, a gift wrap present versus knocking on their door empty-handed and then wondering what the hell you want. Obviously, when you show up with an AI website, or you outreach them with an AI website already built for them, you're literally handing them a gift. They can see it, they can click through it, they can experience the value immediately. And although getting reviews is great, it takes some time to get them. But when you show up trying to, let's say, pitch them or do what you can do, you're just another salesperson at their door with empty hands, hoping they give you a chance to show your value. So here's how we turn your AI website into that gift wrap present that you should be knocking business owners' doors with. All right, so the top 3 questions that I got in the comments from this last video that I did, if you did not watch this video, maybe you should, because otherwise this video might not make sense to you, all right, was how do you make this thing live? How do I connect it to, I use GoHighLevel for everything. If you're not using GoHighLevel, you literally could just ask this AI web builder how to connect it to whatever CRM you're using. I suggest using HIGHLEVEL. And at the end of this video, I'm going to share with you how you can get a bunch more trainings for free if you just join GoHighLevel under my link. And third, like, what should you say? If you're going to do this and you're going to use it, I did speak about it in this video, but I'll go a little more in depth on how to use this as an outreach method. And so let's just jump right into this because apparently my intros are too long on some of my videos. So God forbid, this will be the last thing I do is spend too much time on the intro. So let's jump right in here. So this is one that I'm building for an HVAC client. Quick story on this is that this was a client of mine from a couple years ago. He was on a retainer, built his website. I think we charged him $6,000, used WordPress. I outsourced it. I think I paid $1,500. I charged $6,000. And something happened where his website just kept getting 404 errors. So he was too busy in the season, wasn't getting back to me. I couldn't get his login. He never got back to me, and he no longer has a site. So I am, out of the goodness of my heart, because he paid for it, going to rebuild his. Believe it or not, this website already looks better than the one that he paid me $6,000 for. Okay. I know there's some designers out there that for whatever reason, they're like, well, you should spend more time. You should actually care about your client. It's like, yo, the delivered result is what a client cares about. They don't care about how long it takes me to do it. They're paying for the result. They're paying for the value. It doesn't matter if it took me 15 seconds. That is how it works. Go walk into Hermes, right? Buy a purse from Hermes if you even can, and pay $12,000 for a purse. I don't know exactly how much it takes, but it probably takes just as long to build a Coach purse. But a Coach purse is a couple $100 and a Hermes purse is $12,000. It's value. It's whatever the value is that you make it. And so this was the site that I started building for him to make up for his lost site. Somehow it got lost. If YouTube is overlooking this is all public information, so you don't need to take this video down. So everybody wants to know, like, how do I make this live on the internet. I mean, theoretically, you could use this for prospecting. I kind of get what people were saying, where it's like, well, I really rather not tell people what I'm using, which I kind of get. Like if you're going to send them a URL to look at it and click around, well, yeah, maybe having the Lovable app is probably not the best way to do it. So let's go ahead and really quickly connect this to a live URL. So the first thing I want to do is I use GoDaddy. Maybe you use Namecheap, whatever it is, I use GoDaddy. So I'm going to go into GoDaddy and I'm going to buy this website domain, yournewhvacsite.com. Okay, I'm not going to waste time on how to buy a domain, so I will be right back. Okay, so you can see here I paid $12 for yournewhvacsite.com. Okay, so I'm going to go over here to Lovable and I'm going to go over here to publish. Okay, and then I'm going to click over here for custom domains. Now let me see if I can make this a little bit bigger. Then it's going to say you can purchase a new domain through Lovable or add an existing one. I'm going to click connect domain, continue. What domain would you like to connect with Lovable? Okay, so we're going to grab the domain from here. This is the one I just purchased for $12 for the year. Paste it there, continue. It's connecting it to GoDaddy, getting your setup details. We're going to authorize it and hit connect. Success. All right, it's now configured. Now, it does take a little bit of time, so it might not see how over here it shows like it's blinking black. Now, if I hit this, it'll tell me when this is actually connected. All right, so I'm going to come out of that. I'm going to hit publish and hit update. Now, when that's live, then I now have a URL connected, right? That's what everybody wanted to know, and that's how easy it is. Next, how do we connect this to GoHighLevel? Now, there are going to be other ways to do this. For me, so we can do one or two things. We can get a GoHighLevel form and embed it. Let's just go right now. Let's go into HighLevel. Let's go to, I don't know, any of my sub accounts. We can go to sites. We can go to forms. Let's just pick any form and we can hit integrate and then copy embed code. Then we can tell Lovable, please replace, I'm not going to do it, but please replace all the current forms with this embed code form. And then I would paste it. All right. I'm not going to do that because I don't like how the forms get embedded on here. So I'm going to keep a Lovable form. Fine. Not a big deal. Why is it not a big deal? Well, we can just go to Zapier. All right. If you're running an agency, you probably have Zapier. All right. I'm in Zapier. Now, GoHighLevel does have I believe their form of Zapier. I've never used it, so I'm just going to train on what I use. Maybe something I'll look into. So prior to connecting anything, we need to go to App Connections. I already have it connected, but you would just go Add Connection, and you would add your GoHighLevel account. We're going to choose Lead Connector, and we're going to hit Add Connection, and then it's just going to make you log in to your HighLevel account. You're going to log in, and then once you log in, it depends on if you're on Safari or Chrome. It may just come back to here, and then once you're logged in, you would add it again, and then choose the sub account that you want. I'm using this one as a test account. So you have your app connection. Then you're going to go to Zaps. All right, and we're going to get ready to do this. Now, one thing to keep in mind, because we're passing the data via webhook, all right, and if you don't understand the jargon, as long as you follow this and can hook it, it'll always work. First name, last name, phone, email, project details. These are all basically fields that are already in GoHighLevel. So you don't really have to create any new ones. Now, project details is not. If you want to pass the project details into GoHighLevel, you're going to have to, before you start doing all this, you need to go over to settings, custom fields. And we're going to go ahead and add a custom field. We're going to do a multi-line text. Hit next. We're going to call this project details for, let's say, HVAC. It could be additional information. Let's make it general information. Hit save. So now that is now added here. Go over to Zapier. We're going to hit create new Zap. We're going to name it. I'm going to name it HVAC test hook. This is my second one. And then we're going to hit a trigger. And our trigger is going to be a webhook. And it's going to be a catch hook. And we're going to hit continue and then hit continue again. Now, take your webhook URL. We're going to copy it. We're going to tell Lovable, please use this webhook URL on all forms on the entire website so we can pass the data to HIGHLEVEL. Okay, that's going to do it. Give it a minute to do that. All right, it updated it to the new webhook. Now, we want to test the trigger. So if we hit test trigger, it's going to say no request found. The reason why is let's just publish this first before we forget. Make sure that we're solidified in this. It's updated. And we're going to go ahead and put data in here. Now we have the data in here, and we're going to hit get my free 3D web design, whatever. Okay, and then we can, whatever. None of this matters. All we want to do is connect this. Now I'm going to say test trigger, and it found a request. First name, last name, phone, email, project, form type, timestamp. Now, just a side thing on this form type. Out of the box, Lovable will create like its own form type, and you just literally tell Lovable, please change the form type to whatever you want it to be. The reason why we're doing this is so that we could use this as a tag. Okay, so you can create whatever you want. You literally just, here, I'll go back because I did this I've been doing trainings all day. So I said, please change the form type on all forms to the following HVAC site. And it did it. Okay, so now that's the new data that's passing. It was calling it something else. All right, so that's what we're going to do. Continue with selected record. And then we're going to search for lead connector. It's pulling the account because it's the only account. If I had multiple sub-accounts connected, I would be able to choose more. Action type, we're going to add update contact. We're going to continue. And then we're just going to map the fields. John, first name, Doe, last name. Email. Phone number. Let's go for tag. All right, so I want that to come through as a tag. And then let's search for project. Here's my project details. And it's going to be backyard patio. Now, you see down here, it's still grayed out. I got stuck on this. You have to mark as lead true. And then we're going to hit continue. And we're going to hit test step. Once it tests it, it'll say a contact was sent to the lead connector. Success. And then we're going to hit publish. Now, I have found that it actually doesn't send data to GoHighLevel. So all we need to do is go back here and resubmit the test. All right, so I put the data in here. I'm going to hit get my free design. It's submitted. And then we'll go over to the contacts in GoHighLevel. So as you can see here, John Doe 3 came through. HVAC site. If I click in here, this is a fake email, so it's going to say invalid. I'm going to go up here and say hide empty fields. And I think I put it under general. And you can see project details, HVAC, backyard, pool. So we have now connected a Lovable site without using a GoHighLevel form to send data into GoHighLevel. It gets a lot more easier the more times you do it. Now, obviously, the reason why I wanted to tag it is because I can then create a workflow for all my email marketing and form opt-ins and everything. And instead of using GoHighLevel's form opt-in, form submitted, we're just going to use a tag. Contact tag, add a filter, tag added, and we're going to type in HVAC site. Now that will be my trigger for everything that I want to do automation-wise. That's it. We're using Zapier to connect Lovable. Yes, for anybody who is smarter than me, there are probably many ways that you could do this. This is the way I know and the fastest way for me. So we made it live with a URL. We connected it to GoHighLevel. And now what the heck do we say to use this site as our bait, our hook? What can we do? Should we cold call? I wouldn't. I like to use our double tap prospecting method for something like this, in addition to posting it on Facebook and saying, anybody want a beautiful new website, or business owners that may want a new website, hit me up. Let me know. Tag them in this post. Okay, the Facebook message works great. But, you know, for this video, let's just jump into what we call the double tap method. I'll give you guys a few examples of messages that you can send, what to say. And now that we have not one of these domains, we have a real domain, we can now send this, which I like the URL, your new HVAC site, if we're going to send this to HVAC companies, which in this case, we would. Okay, the fastest way to deploy an asset with a method. We want to prospect with it. We have an asset. We built a quick one in Lovable. We don't really need to connect it to anything yet because it's just an asset right now. If somebody is interested, we can start the connections to kind of just show them and blow them away, right? And so all you really want to do is, for example, HVAC companies near me, we're going to go over to page 2 or 3, and I'm just going to go through here. And I'm just going to click through and see what kind of website they have. To me, this doesn't look good. So I can find, I have their phone number. All right. I could go to Facebook and see if I can find them on Facebook. Wayne HVAC. All right. Wayne HVAC. And I send them a message. And what I would do here is you can say, while researching industry companies in Wayne, I found your business sitting on page 2 of Google, or 3 or whatever. It usually means customers never scroll far enough to find you. Got curious and spun up a live demo site tailored to your brand just to show what page 1 polish looks like. And I would drop it. Now, you can paste all this. It gets a little wordy, but we're going to use more of this. And I would just say, take a 30-second scroll and let me know if you're interested. That's it. And I would send it to them on here, on Facebook. Okay. But I'm also going to see if we can find an email for them. But it's clear that this company obviously needs a lot of help. Jesus. So, I mean, I can't even find an email address from this company. It just shows you guys how much is out there. So my mode would be message them here. If I click schedule services, it looks like, you know, they only have a phone number. I could submit a free estimate here, but I literally cannot find an email address, which is amazing. So we could single tap them. And on the single tap, we're just going to send almost the same thing as we call this tap 2, subject line, hey, we mocked you up a sharper site for you to take a look. And now we could say as much as we want in here, put your URL, which would be, you know, the one that I create. Well, I would use the one that I created. Email 2, I would kind of show them a before and after. Here's a demo site, page speed, we'll use that. Score is a lot higher on the demo site. And then we just hit reply, and if they reply, we just want to get them on a call. Now, we would do this by searching manually. We could use GoHighLevel's prospecting reports to find them. We would just go down the line. Go to contact us. Here's finally, we got a nice Gmail. We could send this guy one. All right. I don't really care, honestly. Like, to me, even this site is like blah. All right. But, you know, these people are not anywhere on page 1. So they're not getting any traffic. And so I would double tap that guy, find him on Facebook. Now, there are better ways to do this, but if you're just starting out, just spend 30 minutes every day and send a couple emails and a couple messages every day. You have a hot asset ready to launch and fire. Now, there are obviously better ways to do this. Now, when I started out, I was double tapping for reviews, and I have scripts for reviews and what to say with them, and it works. and it is time consuming. And I used to spend an hour a day and send 5, 10, 15 messages. The problem a lot of times is finding them, right? So we want to look at how do we do this on a bigger scale. And so I will, in the near future videos, talk about 2 tools that work great: Appify and Instantly. Okay, this video is going to be too long, but take those scripts and just for fun. I mean, have fun with this. Like, hit up a few businesses in the next day or two, build a quick site. You don't have to connect it to GoHighLevel. Get a URL, spend $12. So now you have a URL, and see what kind of responses you get. Maybe you get none, maybe you get few. This is a numbers game in life. This is all about the numbers. But we're using the site to hook them in. We're giving an example, we're showing value, and we just want them to reply and get them on a call. That's it. And once we do that, if we do get them on a call, we could connect it to a sub account, a test sub account, create a couple automations, get it in Zapier, it's ready to launch. And then if somebody becomes a client, you change the sub account information to that client and you're up and running in like 24 hours to 48 hours. Yes, in the beginning, it takes a little bit longer, but in the end, we can use AI to speed things up. We can use AI to create assets that will get people interested, but this isn't a get rich quick thing, okay? I hope everybody understands that and can appreciate that, because when things, especially in the beginning, take a little bit longer, a little bit harder, then you'll know that most people who try this will quit after their first or second message. But I bet you if you're watching this video, at least until this part, that you already know that this kind of business using this kind of strategy gives hope to what you're after. All right, cool. Now you've seen this 3-step system to turn these websites into client conversations, but here's the reality. This honestly is just the tip of the iceberg. I have so much more. What I just showed you is the foundation of the starter. But if you really want to build a scalable agency that replaces your income, you need to really understand how AI can fit into every part of your business. From creating content that goes on these websites or client websites, to automating your follow-up sequences, using AI to help with the emails, and scaling outreach without burning out. The website strategy has been working great, not only for me, but a lot of people who've gone through this training. But the real money obviously is knowing how to use AI to deliver results faster than your competition, automate the tedious tasks that eat up your time, and scale your agency without having to really hire many people at all. That's exactly why I've put together and am continuing to put together a complete AI training that's going to show you how to implement AI into every aspect of your agency from start to finish. You can grab it using the link in the description or check the pinned comment down below. This training was built and is currently being built to show you how to go from using AI just for a website to build as a prospecting tool to an entire AI-powered agency every single step of the way. Click the button. The link is in my description or pinned comment. Give me a like, share, subscribe if you like this comment, and you're more than welcome to give me more ideas in the comment section below. Appreciate it. I'll try to answer as many as I can. Thanks.